အားလုံးပဲမင်္ဂလာပါကျွန်တော်နာမည်ကတော့ရွှေကပောင်ဖြစ်ပါတယ် Empowering English သင်တန်းမှာ Listening and Speaking ကိုတည်တံ့သင်ကြားတဲ့ဆရာတစ်ယောက်ဖြစ်ပါတယ်ကျွန်တော်နားထောင်ခဲ့တဲ့စိတ်ဝင်စားဖို့ကောင်းတဲ့ topic တွေပေါ့နော်တဲကနေပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့စိတ်ဝင်စားဖို့ကောင်းနေရကျွန်တော်နားထောင်မယ် E2E ရစေချင်တာဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်ကျွန်တော်ကိုယ်တိုင်ကလည်းဒါကိုကျွန်တော်2မိနစ်3မိနစ်စသဖြင့်5မိနစ်နားထောင်ပြီးသွားတာနဲ့ကျွန်တော် E2E ပြောမှာပေါ့နော်ကျွန်တော်တို့စကြအောင်နော်ပထမဆုံးဒီကောင်လေးကိုကျွန်တော်နားထောင်ကြမှာပေါ့နော် topic လေးက strong friendships strong friendships so let's get started.
We've talked about this before, how in English we have this one word, love, but it means so many different things, and that, in fact, we really need more than one word, ideally, in English, because that one word is way too general, and so we always, to really talk more understandably about love, we have to kind of use other words. We have to use phrases. So we have to say, romantic love or spiritual love, or the love in a friendship.
So romantic love means like usually between relationships, right? A girlfriend, a boyfriend, or a girl, a boy. Spiritual means like religious love, and like love in friendship. He also mentions that.
Which we call platonic love.
Now, platonic love is really interesting. So I'm going to share my screen, AI definition. It's really good. So let's read it together. Okay, platonic love. All right. Here we go. ကျွန်တော်တို့ဘာပြောတာလဲဆိုတော့သူကစိတ်ဝင်စားဖို့ကောင်းတယ်ပေါ့နော်ဒီ meaning လေးอ่ะအဲ့တော့ဒီမှာကျွန်တော်တို့ fusion နဲ့တန်ရုံးစဉ်အချက်မျိုးပေါ့အဲ့လိုမျိုးပေါ့နော်တကယ်ချင်းဆို fusion နဲ့တန်ရုံးစဉ်မျိုးပေါ့နော်ဒီစကားလုံးရဲ့ဇာတ်မြင့်ကကျွန်တော်တို့ the root ကဘယ်ကလာလဲဆိုတော့ဒီ Plato ကဒီမှာဖတ်ကြည့်မယ်ဒီစကားလုံးဟာတဲ့ရှေးဟောင်း Greek တွေးခေါ်ပညာရှင် Plato ရဲ့အမည်ကိုအစွဲပြီးပေါ်ပေါက်လာတာဖြစ်ပါတယ်တဲ့platonic love Plato ကချစ်ချင်းမေတ္တာဆိုတာရုပ်ပိုင်းဆိုင်ရာအလှပတဲ့စိတ်ပိုင်းဆိုင်ရာနဲ့အသိဉာဏ်ပိုင်းဆိုင်ရာအလှပတွေကိုပုံမပေါ့နော်မြင့်တက်ပေးနိုင်တဲ့အရာဖြစ်တဲ့လို့ယူဆရကနေကာမရာဂတဏမပါတဲ့ချစ်ချင်းကို platonic love လို့ကဘာကသိမြင်ပြုကြရပေါ့နော်အဲ့တော့စိတ်ဝင်စားဖို့ခေါ်ပါတယ်ဒီဟာလေးကိုလည်းဒီမှာပြတာပေါ့နော် AN ပြတာပိုပြီးပြည့်စုံတယ်ပေါ့နော်အဲ့တော့ဟုတ်ပြီကျွန်တော်တို့ဆက်သွားကြမယ်ပေါ့နော်အဲ့တော့ fusion နဲ့တယွန်းစဉ် fusion နဲ့အချစ်ပေါ့နော် so we can say in English platonic love that's really good so let's keep going I'm going to share screen again. There we go. So we will keep listening.
Platonic means friendship, related to friendship. And so friendship, I think, is also similar because, we can use the word friend or friends to describe such a big range of relationships that, again, it almost becomes meaningless unless we get more specific, right? Like I can look at my own life. I think probably this is true for most people, that a lot of times people will use the word friend. Some people use the word friend very easily, right? Like this is a thing in some countries when you travel. When you meet people, they'll say, "Hello, my friend," right? You just met them, right? And so for me, that's strange. It's like I'm not your friend. I'm not your friend. I don't know you. I just met you. But it's in some cultures and also just some individual people.
Not the pronunciation, right? There are two pronunciations you need to focus on when you listen. Specific. Not specific, okay? Specific. To blow the air a little bit from your mouth, right? And then close it a bit. Specific, not specific. Okay, it's wrong. The next word is culture. A lot of people pronounce this word like gotcha. Culture, cultivate, cultivation, CULT. So he's talking about here about what kind of people you should call, as friends. Who are your really, who are your real friends in life? And how do we know? Right, like this. So keep listening, and I'm gonna explain, in the end after we listen to it. Keep listening to this audio for a few minutes.
people will use that word basically with almost everybody, just with anyone they feel friendly to, right? They're just being.
So we call that, right? Anyone that we feel friendly to, and we just call them friends. Hey, she's my friend. He's my friend.
Friendly and open, and they just use it to describe everybody. It's also true not only culturally, like I said, but individuals. Like some people will just use this word very easily, that anyone they have a positive relationship with, they will describe as a friend. He's my good friend. He's my friend. Right. And then other people, and I'm in this group, other people are very careful about using the word friend. Like they only use the word friend to describe someone that they have a fairly strong relationship with, someone they've known for a while. So like if I just meet someone, if I know somebody for 1 month, I don't call them my friend, even though I might like them. And maybe.
So he said that, right? He cannot call some people like after 1 month of meeting them, or after 2 months, right? A short time. He cannot call them friends. Uh, Even though means 다름아. He might like them. Maybe he likes them like this. Might means ကြိုက်ရင်လည်းကြိုက်မှာပေါ့သဘောကျရင်ဒါတော့မှ right? Might means maybe. So you cannot just call them friends, okay? It's very we have to be very careful with this word like friend or friends.
Maybe even do things with them and have a good relationship. I'm not going to call them my friend. So for me, friendship takes a longer period of time.
They said that friendship, right, takes a longer period of time. Like it takes a long time.
So we have these different levels, right? We have what I would call, say, acquaintances. These are people that you know, maybe you're friendly towards. You might know their name.
So acquaintance is like a teammate, right? So some people are not your friends, right? You know them for a few months, and maybe you guys have a positive relationship, but you just cannot call them friends, okay?
You see them, but you're not close to them, right? But then even among friends, like I can think back to when I was a kid. There was this one period of time when I was a kid, I had a lot of friends. But, of course, even then, there were kind of different levels of friendship, right? There were, I don't know, there were like 8 or 9 kids that all lived in the same area. We were all the same age. It was really fantastic. It was great, part of my childhood. But there were probably 2 of them that were what I would call maybe close friends, that were really, really close, really, really, strong friendships. And then maybe a few others that were kind of, I don't know what you'd call them. We don't have a word in English, but medium friendships, kind of average friendships. And then a few more that were in that same group that I was not so close to, but I still like them. Right, they were still part of the group. We had fun. We would get together, but we were just not. I don't know. We didn't have that same connection for some reason.
So when he was younger, right, he had a lot of friends where he lived. They were close to each other, So he said that like a medium friendship, right?
Right. So
in the end, I'm gonna teach you one proverb that is really famous. You already know it, but it's gonna be a reminder. I'm gonna remind you of this proverb saying in English. It's really good.
The problem is, as we become adults, then
as we become adults, I think British people, as we become adults, right? So he is now talking about, his childhood and now actually he also talked a little bit about adulthood, right? But now he is talking about that when we become, right, as we become adults. I think British people will pronounce the word like adults. So we pronounce in English, especially in American English, we pronounce the word adult. So now he's not going anywhere. He's talking about sharing about like what kind of memory he had with his friends, like what kind of friendship he had. When we become older, what kind of uh, people, we can call friends.
A lot of people will begin to, lose those friendships. So the question then becomes, first of all, how do we create those strong friendships, and how do you know also? Because again, you might have a lot of people that you call friends, or you might not, maybe not a lot, I don't know, but you can have a certain number of people you call friends, but which ones are what we might call strong friendships or true friendships or deep friendships? Because those are the ones that are very special, right? Those are the ones that are very special. One thing I've learned is that you sometimes read books, or you sometimes will get advice like about making friends, and people will tell you that one of the keys to making friends is to find a shared activity, right? So you make friends by things you have in common, right? Like an activity that you share.
So one of the keys, one of the main points to having a good friendship, or to making good friends, is to share activities, to do something, some kind of activity, so that you know each other. And he also said like things that you have in common, which means things like you guys have the same interests, same beliefs and values. So, right, if you have something, the same interests, the same beliefs, same values, and the other person that you want to be friends with, they also have it. And this is how you know it, first step.
Or a hobby that you share. And that's true. It is a way to connect with people, but those kind of friendships are not so strong, right? They're not very deep. And in fact, when I look at my own friends, I have a few friends that I've had for decades, over 10 years. So
a decade, right? A decade, 2 decades, 20 years, a decade, 10 years.
I would describe those as good friendships, strong friendships. Any friendship that lasts more than 10 years as an adult, and some of them are older than 20 years, that's pretty good. That's very good. So when I look at those, I realize that I don't necessarily even share hobbies with those people. It's quite interesting. I'll use my and our personalities are different, and politics are different, and yet we're close friends, strong friends. Like I'll use my friend Joe as an example. Our personalities are totally different. Our politics are totally different.
So he has a friend named Joe, and the way this guy, Joe, his friend, thinks about politics is different, and personality is different.
We don't really share many hobbies, except we like to travel. We both like to travel.
So AJ Hoke and his friend, they like to travel, but most of the hobbies are very different from each other. But after, you know, so many years of uh, being like together, doing things together, and they create a strong bond.
There are some shared things, of course, but like I like to play golf. He doesn't play golf. I used to like to kite surf. He not interested in that stuff. He's not really interested in that kind of thing. He does the things we share. It'll be like traveling, and we like kind of hiking, walking. But that's not really the basis of our friendship. So it's interesting because you start to think, well, like, what is it then? What is it that creates those strong, long-lasting friendships?
So what is it that creates long-lasting friendship, right? Strong, long-lasting friendship.
And and maybe another example, not from my life, but really it's almost a Hollywood example, but I think we all can understand it, are what are called, war buddies, right? And these are guys.
World buddy, WORLD, war BUD, but hey, bud, right? Bud means friends, or like
guys who, let's say, they go off to war together and they fight together, and they're only together for a year, but they have such intense experiences that it makes them super
Intense experience means like a serious because they are in, battle fights a lot.
close friends for the rest of their lives. And these guys might be
They're very close friends for the rest of their life means for their whole life.
completely different, right? In personality, in their lifestyle, in many things, in most things, they can be completely different. And yet they become, the closest of close friends.
Closest of close friends. So we're gonna stop there. Let me explain. There's another. I said that. Why is that like? You know, why do we call? You know, when we face. The reason is that when we face problems, adversity, ADVERSITY, like Doka, and difficulties, tough times in our life, and we create a strong bond, like a strong friendship. It's not about, and some people, when you have a problem, you share with them, and they seem that they try to understand you. Actually, behind your back, there are a lot of people laughing, smiling, and very happy because you're having a problem. They want you to go down, actually. You don't know why. I'm speaking from experience. I have met so many different people on the surface level. They're fun. You want to be friends with them, but at the deepest level, no. They're very happy when you have a problem, when you face difficulties. And there's a proverb in English. We say that a friend in need is a friend indeed. Right? A person who really helps during difficult time. They are your real friends, more than friends actually. Right? They can become even a family member. You know. So my wife and I, we have different personalities, different values, beliefs, but when we were a couple, when we were in not marriage, relationship, we did a lot of difficult things, and I discussed a lot of problems with her, and we understood easily that, quickly that we can marry, we can create a family. That's why I married my wife. So you, if you want to be, if you want to know if somebody is your real friend or not, you gotta be doing a lot of difficult things, problems, having problems, and then you will know like who they are, who they really are. Okay. So get to the point. If we get into the point, like how do we know when we have a problem, when we face difficulties? And sometimes we do things together and we know like their personality, quickly. All right, guys, this is all I can do for now because it's the first time. The first time is like sharing, my suffering and trying. Uh, there's a technology problem, but I just tried. I think it's working. I'm gonna post this video on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. I think you can listen to the full video on YouTube because I'm gonna be cutting some of it and then posting a piece on Facebook and TikTok because some people they like to, they want to listen to a short one. I know that people cannot be like me because I like to listen longer topics, longer audios. That makes me fluent very quickly when I was a learner. But I guess you're not me, of course. You're not who I am. And I know who you are. So, well, of course, I hope you enjoyed this audio, and then I'm gonna be creating more. Let's see if you like it, in the future. So, good luck with your learning. Bye for now. Listen a lot, repeat a lot. Don't be bored. You can do some entertainment, of course, but focus. You have to choose one kind of native speaker and stick with the person. You will also get the pronunciation. Repeat, repeat, repeat until you can speak, like a singing sound. Good luck. Bye for now.